video, we are going to be looking at using the number line to compare fractions. So this will be our first strategy for how we do that. So let's look at my story here. I need 2/4 a cup of sugar for a recipe. And I want to know how many eighths do I use for that. So I'm going to be comparing the recipe, which is in fourths, to maybe the measuring cups I have are only in eighths. So I'm going to be comparing fourths to eighths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my number line here. And on top of it, I'm going to draw my fraction bar, just like the ones we've been using. And this fraction bar is going to help me put the information I need down into the number line correctly to help me get started. So here I'm going to partition this into fourths, which is going to then help me put it onto the number line. So here, when I start right at the beginning of my fraction bar, that's 0, or 0/4. And then from here is my 1/4. So I'm putting on the number line exactly where it would be on the fraction bar. Another fourth is 3/4. And then my whole is all 4/4, which we can also call that 1. So I can also put a 1 there to call it that. So I need 2/4 a cup sugar. So I need 2/4. So I need this much sugar. I could put a star there. And I'm comparing it to eighths. So I'm going to make a new number line. And I want to make sure that my wholes are the same. So that I'm comparing the same thing. And I'm going to make eighths this time. So I'm going to make fourths, just like I did above. And then I'm going to use those fourths to make eighths. So it's a little crooked. All right, so I need this much as that. So if you draw your wholes equally and carefully, you're able to look at the visual to use it. So I need to first put that onto my number line. Again, I'm using the very beginning and the very end. So this is 0/8. This is 1/8. 2/8. 3/8. Oops. 4/8. 5/8. 6/8. 7/8. 8/8, or you could also call that 1, because I'm using all of the parts there. So here, I need to compare it to eighths. So I've used this much, so that is 4/8. And if I use what I know about comparing, is I know that 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2, and 4/8 is equivalent to 1/2, because 2 is half of 4, 4 is half of 8. So they have the same relationship. So I know that they're equivalent. So I have found equivalent fractions using my number line. So go ahead and use these steps when you are using the number line for comparing fractions as well.